Now, I'm sure that most of you know the old story about the astronaut who went far out into space and was asked on his return whether he had been to heaven and seen God. And he said yes. And so they said to him, well, what about God? And he said, she is black. And although this is a very well-known and well-worn story, it is very profound. Now I'm not putting this forward as a final position. I'm only putting it forward as a variation, as a way of beginning to look at a problem and getting our minds out of their normal ruts. She's black. Well, she, first of all, feminist, represents what is called philosophically the negative principle. Now, of course, people who are women in our culture today and believe in women's lib don't like to be associated with the negative, because the negative has acquired very bad connotations. We say accentuate the positive. Well, that's a purely male chauvinistic attitude.
Not only a declaration of our independence, but of the rights of all men.
We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal.
How would you know that you were outstanding, unless by contrast there was something instanding? You cannot appreciate the convex without the concave. You cannot appreciate the firm without the yielding. And therefore, the so-called negativity of the feminine principle is obviously life-giving and very important. But we live in a culture which doesn't notice it.
What's the ROI of your mother?
What is called substance, that which stands underneath, stands.
The ROI of my mother is everything.
You can't be famous without people.
To be substantial is to be underlying.
I want to thank my partner, Rashawn McDonald, who's been with me 20-some years.
To be the support, to be the foundation of the world. And of course, this is the great function of the feminine. To be the substance.
Man, I love you, man. I love you too, man.
Like, you know, my parents are so much more my heroes than you guys hear me saying it, that you could never understand. Like, zero. Like, just zero. Like, came with nothing and like built a real life and built a foundation that allowed me to springboard off.
Again, my job, one of my jobs as the leader of Amazon is to encourage people to be bold. And people love to focus on things that aren't yet working.
To be substantial is to be underlying.
You know, it's incredibly hard to get people to take bold bets.
To be the support.
You need to encourage that.
To be the foundation of the world.
If you're going to take bold bets, they're going to be experiments. And if they're experiments, you don't know ahead of time whether they're going to work. Experiments are by their very nature prone to failure. But big successes, a few big successes compensate for dozens and dozens of things that didn't work.
To be the support. To be the foundation of the world. And of course, this is the great function of the feminine. And therefore, the feminine is represented by space, which is of course black. That's right. But were it not for black and empty space, there would be no possibility whatsoever of seeing the stars. stars shine out of space, and astronomers, very high-powered astronomers, are beginning to realize that stars are a function of space. Now that's difficult for our common sense, because we think that space is simply inert nothingness. But we don't realize that space is completely basic to everything.
Coming in, it sounded like an explosion. Yeah, man. Oh my god. Look at this. Look at this. Look at it. It's just sitting there. Look at that. What? Holy smokes, man.
And of course, this is the great function of the feminine, to be the subject.
It's kind of amazing that this window of opportunity is open for life to go beyond Earth. And we just don't know how long that window is going to be open.